They said, well, another guy before you wore number 94, Charles Haley. I said, I'm going to make y'all forget about number 94. Why did I say that? And me just being a little arrogant, I did not know that Charles Haley lives like right down the street of Valley Ranch.
Did they tell him that?
Oh, it was on an interview.
Oh, no, you said it to the cameras?
I know. See, I'm from playing at Troy. There was only one guy named Famous Amos with a recorder.
Yeah.
And when you go to Dallas, there's 40 cameras.
Yes.
And now it's on television.
Damn.
And so guess what? Charles Haley comes in, and you know these crazy Charles Haley stories. I'm sitting in the locker room, and I just hear a loud voice. Where's D-Ware at? He said, that Charles. And I just start to see people like scattering. He comes in with 2 Doberman pinchers in the locker room. So I'm sitting there just like this. Like, this guy got dogs in the locker room, 2 Doberman pinchers. He had his 5 rings on. He said, let me tell you something, young buck.
What's up, everybody? I'm Peanut Tillman, and this is the NFL Players Second Acts podcast. And with me, as always, is my trusty co-host, Roman Miami Vice Harper.
There we go. I was wondering what I was going to get today.
Yeah, I like the swag.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I actually try, Peanut. So thank you. I'm really excited for our next guest right here. Continue to celebrate Super Bowl 60 right here in San Francisco. And we ran into this guy at another time in this city as well.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that.
You're not happy about that?
No.
Okay, I don't blame you.
We should not be happy about that.
It didn't go well.
It did not go well. It went great
What
for
happened?
him. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay. All right.
We'll talk about that later. I'm looking at this resume. So he's a Super Bowl champion, 4-time first-team All-Pro, 3-time second-team All-Pro, 9-time Pro Bowler, 2-time NFL sack leader. He made the 2000s All-Decade team, 2-time Buckus Award winner. He's in the Dallas Cowboys Ring of Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the pod, DeMarcus Ware.
Yes.
That's a long-ass resume, dude. God dang.
Listen, man, I just put my head down at the plow and said, when I wake up and see the light, where are you? I mean, that's what my granddaddy always told me. Like, don't worry about looking in the rearview mirror. Hey, just press the gas and just let it roll.
And you know, the one part of the resume that you left out is that he is one of the state of Alabama's finest. All right, so anytime we get an Alabama person in the building, I got to make sure I show some love.
Shout out to Alabama.
That's right, yeah.
He's born in Auburn, Alabama.
Auburn, Alabama.
The 47th worst state in
went
our
to school with
country.
my brother, so I saw DeMarcus when he
school
was
with his brother.
Yeah, so like they went to college together. So I saw DeMarcus. I mean, eat his Wheaties. The dude gained a lot of weight.
University.
Yeah. He went to Troy. And so being there and saw him grow, get older, get bigger. And man, they had some really good players on that team too.
No doubt.
So, and nobody knew at the time. It was because it was Troy State. Now they're Troy. It's just so different. It's just so cool because, you know, I've known this young man for a long time.
I see her here and I think about, like, I'm looking at Ronnie, his brother. Because I mean, I played college football with him. And all of a sudden, I see Roman come up, and I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. And the first thing I said, why is your hair silver? I'm like, for real? And, you know, his brother always gets on him. He's like, oh, that's my older brother or whatever. But it's just cool now to see, like, you know, from all the way from Troy and then now doing an interview with you and then playing with you guys, man, how everything just goes full circle, right? So it's just a funny moment right now as I see him right now because we were almost like roommates in college.
I know, right? So, So we're here in San Francisco. What's it like for you being back? You posted about it earlier this week on Instagram, sharing the stories with your son, who's a lot bigger now.
When I touched down in San Francisco, I mean, the first memory that I thought about was the Super Bowl 50 team. You know, all the memories that we had, you know, just thinking about how we were the underdog. And then, like, I mean, it's been 10 years ago. Because it's Super Bowl 50, right? It's Super Bowl, 60?
Yes.
So it's 10 years ago. So this is the 10-year anniversary. And I'm like, I'm touching down in a place where, you know, you etched in stone something that's good. And that's when you sort of solidify your career as a champion here.
Right.
And I felt that way when I hit the ground running.
Yeah, I kind of wish you didn't hit the ground running when you got here, because I know you got great memories of this place. And I was going to ask you what was your favorite memory, and I'm sure you would have said is probably hoisting that trophy.
Yeah.
That was. I'm glad you're here, but I'm not happy to ask that question, because that was my last year, and I really wanted to go out with a bang, and you messed up my exit of the NFL.
you know what? And I rewind the tape, and all the accolades that were told, the one that was left off was Super Bowl 50. So I knew that it had a little bit of twist in there, and I was like, I'm not going to even say anything about that one. You know what I'm saying?
What was your best part of Super Bowl 50, like the game itself, like play wise?
Probably looking at Vaughn, playing with a guy like Von Miller and Peyton at the same time, and we're in the locker room. And I remember when we had a big prayer, in the shower. How we used to pray, in the shower, and it was totally quiet right after the prayer. I mean, everybody's bumping music, but it's totally quiet. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And the only thing we can hear is like, you guys coming out. It's gonna be a hard game.
Yeah.
And Peyton said, hey, I tell you what, I'm gonna manage this whole game. I'm not gonna lose this game. And you guys know where I am in my career. But he looked at me and Vaughn, and he said, but the defense, I'm gonna give you guys the most rest as possible, because I need for you guys to get me close enough to score in this football game. And so when he said, I want for everybody to break it in, because I don't know, this might be my last one. And as I sat there, it was like totally quiet.
Yeah.
Just like this. And we started walking down the tunnel, and it was totally quiet. You can hear cleats. I'm talking about walking out. I mean, I'm getting chills right now just thinking about it, man. And he said, are you guys ready to hoist this trophy up? And me, Vaughn, him, put our hands together. I looked at Vaughn. And Vaughn had said, man, this is the first time I feel like we're even. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, I'm 58, and you're 94. Add them both together. He said, we're the archangels of 13. He said, let's go wake it up. And I looked at it, and I felt the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
And when we went out there, like, dude, I'm getting tears right now. Like, when we went out there, every single time I looked at Vaughn, I was like, it's Miller time. Every single time he looked at me, he said, Ware, we're finna go out there and kill him. I'm talking about, it was that type of mentality. And like, that was the biggest out-of-body experience I ever felt, when you knew that you had your boy playing right there beside you. And you could not be stopped.
Yeah.
Like, every play, I was like, what is going on? So, I mean, just to that point, that was my memory of the first time I felt like, when you put God in it, like when you really put God in it, what he can do and ignite in a person.
I mean, I felt like I really put God in it too. And I felt like I put God in it too. He just didn't. He didn't answer my call. He was just listening to you the whole time. I think we all prayed.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, bro, like, man. But I'm not.
It's a great story, but
I love the story. I love the passion. And you talked about it being God and being all the presence of something bigger than yourselves. Where me, I'm just like, well, what was the game plan? Because you guys had a specific game plan.
Yep.
You attacked our offense in certain ways. Creating the one-on-one matchups up front for you and Vaughn, and it worked. I mean, you guys scored 20-some points, and 7 of them were off the offense, and then you set them up for another touchdown as well. So, like, what was that game plan?
The game plan going out, I think the setup when we played like Aaron Rodgers, when we played a lot of running quarterbacks during the season, what we would do, it'll look like a 3-4, but it really was like a 4-man rush. I was the spy.
Mm-hmm.
I was the one that just filled whatever gap. So we practiced this the whole time. So we would let 4 guys just blast off the ball. I would end up in the opposite C gap. I would end up in the opposite A gap. I would end up on my side. Like people were like,
who was the D coordinator?
Kubiak.
Okay.
Yeah, Kubiak. And so we were, I mean, you could see the guys rushing and you probably noticed like, how did DeMarcus get all the way to this opposite A gap? What is he doing? And it'll be wide open. Because we knew that like Cam was going to run.
Right.
But he didn't run as much in the game. So it gave me an opportunity to where like we would do a long stunt where Vaughn, Malik, and Wolf will come all the way to my side on the right side. And I will actually loop all the way around
It's a big loop.
to the front side B gap. I was tired, but I was trying to get it. And I'll be wide open right there just to create pressure because he couldn't run. So that was like our whole scheme, and we played man-to-man. We played man-to-man. It looks like we were blitzing. We weren't blitzing at all. I was the spy guy, and just whatever gap was open, I just filled it and just let the guys go.
It worked.
You know what? That makes me feel a little bit better. Like you just wasn't whooping guys one-on-one the whole time. It's like, no, actually,
y'all had a good offensive line. Y'all had a good offensive line.
It just kind of worked out that way because Cam, but you're right though. Cam was not, he's a scrambler, but like he didn't scramble like that though. He would run it.
Yeah.
But as far as just like, he was going to be in the pocket.
Right.
And he was so comfortable that year throwing the football in the pocket. That's where he's going to be up.
Quick question for you two. For y'all Super Bowl wins, what did you grade out? Did y'all even get grades?
Grades?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, when you win it, nobody watches.
And nobody watched it.
Yeah, like
nobody. There's no grades.
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
No, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah. There weren't any
Because I lost.
grades.
I got one in 41, whatever. We still got.
They graded y'all?
I think
What?
I got graded. Yeah.
Dude.
Wow.
I'm curious.
No, I never got a grade.
Did y'all ever get a grade?
I didn't get a grade.
Nobody looked at the film.
That trophy was a grade.
Yeah, I never
You
looked
a
at the
winner.
film.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, just something to think about. All right, so amazing career, Hall of Fame, sack leader, All-Pro. Out of all that, what was your welcome to the NFL moment?
Oh, actually, it was 2. If y'all let me give you 2. All right, so the very first one was when I first came in as a rookie, first round draft pick. You know, I'm like, I'm good. You practice against all the rookies that are coming in. I like crushed all of them. They were like, listen.
People don't know those are like a walk-on. Like they're just kind of building out a roster to give you a practice weekend on rookie weekend. I didn't know that either.
I'm good. They said, no, Larry Allen, he's going to come in. Blozell Adams. And so we called them the Monstars. Mm-hmm. So when they came in, I'm sitting there, we worked out because the rookies worked out early and the vets come in like an hour late. And I'm looking at him. He comes in. Is that a human? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I saw, like, my rookie guys, they were big. But when I saw, like, 350, 6'6", I mean, they came in and they were, like limping, you know, like, slow. I'm like, oh, I can get them. Hey, Rook, come in here with me to the weight room. I said, okay. He said, hey, I'll tell you what. And this is not even warming up. No bands, no nothing. Dip in the mouth. Larry Allen.
Yeah.
Put 5 plates on there. This is incline. I said, okay. 5 plates, 4. 2. I can split. He said, no. 5 on one side, 5 on the other side, and I want you to put the chains on there. So them chains are about 25 pounds, right? 35 pounds. And you know as soon as you unrack it, you shaking.
Yeah.
Literally, I got behind him. I was about to like take it off the rack for a spot. He said, no, I got it. What? He unracks it and lays it on his chest and presses it. He did it 10 times. He said, hey, Rook, and these are the exact words. You better get your mind right. He's boom, boom. And I'm talking about like it took my heart out. That was my first time that I knew I had to get into the weight room.
Yeah.
Number 2, Greg Ellis. He said, keep your head on the swivel, D-Ware. Now these boys around here, they can crack back. I'm like, all right. Donovan McNabb. He boots out to the left. And I usually don't play on the left-hand side. I think it was Selick, the tight end, that, did some type of little, out route. And all of a sudden I see McNabb and he was pointing. I'm like, oh no, you're not gonna trick me and then do some type of, juke move on me and then run like you do all these other guys. So I just started running down the sideline. I'm gonna cut him off as he was booting out. And all of a sudden I saw a flash from this way. It was green. And when I got hit, the only thing I remember is waking up at halftime and saying, where's my helmet? They said, D-Ware, you been out the whole time, bro. I said, what?
Oh, you just came back to it?
Oh, what? Like, I was there, but I was not there. Yeah. So that was my first concussion.
Like another out-of-body experience.
It was a very out-of-body experience. And that was my time to where, like, after that, anytime I'm running, pursuing to the football.
Take a peek. Take a peek.
I'm looking.
Head on the
I'm looking. So, that was my welcome to the NFL moment. It never happened again. Never. What about you guys?
Was that your first time ever getting cracked back like that? Because you always play D-line. D-line don't get cracked like that.
No, we don't. I mean, you never really see a wide receiver come down there. But I was then from D-line to linebacker. So I had to go play in some space every once in a while. And man, when I got hit, like seriously, I felt like I swallowed my mouthpiece.
Uh-oh.
And when I woke up, like I knew that was my welcome to the moment of the NFL. That I got to strap up.
See, that's why you get the boiling bite. You can't swallow the mouthpiece, bro.
Right.
That's why you get. Everyone got boiling bites now. I'm just saying.
I didn't wear a mouthpiece. I wasn't a mouthpiece guy. Why'd you wear number 94?
Number 94.
Yeah, that's something I never asked you.
I wore number 94. I was actually number 8 in high school. I was a wide receiver. All right. And I remember when I got to Troy, they said, well, you're going to wear number 94. So I'm going to do what? Number 94 is a defensive line number. They said, yeah, you're going to play defensive end. I'm going to play defensive end? I'm 195, 6'3", soaking wet. And you're going to put me down there with them big guys? I'm like, yeah. And I'm talking about the jersey was probably about 4 times too big. So you know me, I twisted up underneath the arms with the tape, folded it. Did y'all do that?
I did.
Right.
Yep.
Folded the back, twisted it back up, folded it up underneath. So I made it tight as possible. The 9 and the 4 might have been twisted like this, but that's okay. Right. But I told myself, I said, okay, if I'm going to wear 94, I'm going to make y'all remember this 94 when I leave Troy.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So first, that's why I got the number 94. Okay. It was given to me because I was reminded by a guy named Tim Betts.
Okay.
And lo and behold, 94 ended up being my number. I ended up owning it. And then the same thing with Dallas. They said, well, another guy before you wore number 94, Charles Haley. And I'm like, I'm not a football guy, computer science guy. I'm all on the other side of it. Yeah. I said, I'm going to make y'all forget about number 94. Why did I say that? And me just being a little arrogant, I did not know that Charles Haley lives like right down the street of Valley Ranch.
Did they tell him that?
Oh, it was on the interview.
Oh, no, you said it to the cameras?
I know. See, I'm from playing at Troy. There was only one guy named Famous Amos with a recorder. Yeah. And when you go to Dallas, there's 40 cameras.
Yes.
And now it's on television.
Damn.
And so guess what? Charles Haley comes in, and you know these crazy Charles Haley stories. I'm sitting in the locker room, and I just hear a loud voice. Where's D-Ware at? He said, that Charles. And I just start to see people like scattering. He comes in with 2 Doberman pinchers. In the locker room. So I'm sitting there just like this. Like this guy got dogs in the locker room, 2 Doberman pinchers. He had his 5 rings on. He said, let me tell you something, young buck. Why did I choose this? And he said, hey, I heard on the interview that you're going to make them forget about number 94. You got some big shoes to fill. So you see this? And I'm looking like, oh, those are a lot of rings. So I went back after that because, they were recording every single thing. I went back and looked at it. I'm like, oh my God. He made me eat my words. And every single day he came in. But one thing he did, he taught me humility, a little bit of humility.
Yeah.
And what to say in the media. He said, always watch what you say because they can get the bites. But he said, I'm a teacher. I'll teach you how to be great. He came in every single day, showing me all the moves, like everything, man. He said, you'll make 94 great. So that was...
so he was a real OG that kind of looked after you.
Yeah, but he did.
Like
he did, but when he came in, bro, imagine somebody coming in with Doberman pinchers. They were huge.
I don't even know how you get dogs in the locker room.
Charles.
I've never seen a dog in the locker room.
He could...
Two of them.
Well, nobody's stopping Charles Haley.
No.
Yeah, he comes
so
up
that's
there.
what I'm saying. The stories, they're real.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Believe them.
Yeah.
All right?
He said believe
them.
All right, so being in Chicago, NFC North, I got it super excited going against Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers. Love that rivalry, right? Who was your favorite quarterback to go against?
Favorite quarterback to go against?
Where he was just like, oh yeah, we finna eat today and we finna get these sacks.
Michael Vick.
Really?
You know, that is the craziest thing to say. It was Michael Vick.
Okay.
The first time I played Michael Vick, it was in Atlanta, and that's when he had like the roller coaster, the shoes. It was all that.
The Michael Vick experience.
The experience. So the first time I came around the corner, I have never. He's left-handed, so that was my first time going against a left-handed quarterback, and he saw me, and he was so quick that it was like 2 steps, and he like ran for 60 yards, and I was like, wow. That, like, it's almost like that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then one time Chris Canty came up and like batted the ball, and the ball was in the air, he batted it, boom, interception. And we're on our like 30-yard line. And I'm like, hold on. I'm trying to run this back. So I got an interception, ran. And I said, just stick your arm out, D, literally. So this was like my Michael Vick moment. I stuck my hand out, I closed my eyes, seriously. And then every time after that, for some reason, I always got like 2 sacks, 3 sacks, 4 sacks on Michael Vick because he ran. I used to love running quarterbacks. I would run up the field knowing that I'm going to give you exactly what you want. I'm going to set you up. And then like Cam Newton, not just, name a guy, and I would just use it against him.
Yeah.
Instead of doing a regular rush, I would say, hey, you 3, just push the pocket. And then I'll be the spy guy, rush up the field, and then go make the play. Or he going to come straight to y'all. I'm going to flush into y'all.
True team defense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, was there a quarterback that you hated to play against?
Oh, Phillip Rivers.
Why?
Phillip Rivers.
It took me 12 years to get a sack on him.
Why do you think that was?
12 years. He knew exactly, because I said it in the interview one time that, man, I haven't sacked any other quarterback than Phillip Rivers. So even when I did maybe hit him and get he would throw it for intentional grounding. Like, D-Ware, you'll never get a sack. He would take the penalty.
Right.
So I'm talking about pissed every single time I got back there, no matter who, if it was Big Dunlap or anybody else that they had in there, didn't matter. The last game of my career, not last, almost next to last game, we're playing against the Chargers. Phillip Rivers, a quarterback. This would be like my it. I got to get this sack. I end up beating the tackle. He falls down on the ground. And the only thing you need to do is just go and touch him, and that's your sack.
Yeah.
So I just went and touched him. He said, you finally got your sack, right? Do you know how pissed I was? Because I wanted to hit him.
Yeah.
But I said, you know what? Okay. All right. But he talked so much trash.
He does talk trash.
And it's like, it's subtle.
Trash talker.
Boom. Like, you score a touchdown and like bump me. I'm like, man. And I never got that sack to just let him to dump him or to say like, I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it was Phillip Rivers.
There is a video of Phillip Rivers when he I think there was a D lineman, he helped him over something like that, and they're walking back, and he was like, yeah, you like that, don't you? And the D lineman was like, seriously, bro? Like, I just helped you up off the floor, and you gonna throw it in my face because y'all just scored a touchdown.
Yes.
And he was like, yep, I am. I was Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, he was like that. Did you ever sack Phillip Rivers?
I never sacked him. I don't even think I even got an interception on him. No, you?
No.
Yeah, that was a guy that I did not. I always wanted to I gotta make sure I get pressure.
The 2 interesting picks. I wouldn't have picked that. Love Mike Vick. Hated going against Phillip Rivers. I would not have guessed that.
I would have thought it was the other way around.
I thought completely the opposite.
I really thought it would have been the other way around.
But I would be remorsed if I didn't ask you this, because In 2009, the Saints were 13-0. DeMarcus Ware, I have no idea, breaks his back or something on a Sunday and then comes back like Lazarus on a Thursday night without even practicing all week, comes out there and pretty much wins the game for them again. And so what happened? Tell me that week, because all week on the injury report, you were back out. All right. Comes back on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
And upsets a New Orleans Saints team that was 13-0 at the time, trying to remain undefeated for a season.
Yeah, no, we were playing against the Chargers, Phillip Rivers.
Okay.
All right. I come around the corner, Anthony Spencer's right there. I try to dodge him, bam, get hit in the head. I just remember laying there on the ground and Marcus Spears over top of me said, D. Ware, move, bro. And I was sitting there like this. And I didn't know what was going on. He said, bro. And he like grabbed me. He said, move. And I was like, I am. Sitting there laying on the ground like that. And all of a sudden I just saw like, everybody like corral over me and I was getting strapped up. And I really didn't understand like what was going on. Yeah. But I know that when we see that stretcher, something's real, something's happening.
Yeah.
And I saw them cut my shoulder pads and jersey off. I'm like, what is going on? I said, God, like what's going on? And they strapped my helmet down and took my face mask off. I wasn't moving for like 2 or 3 minutes. And so I'm sitting there looking at my hands and I thought they were moving, but they weren't. And all of a sudden I get on the ambulance and I felt everything. They had me strapped down. I'm like, let me out. And they let me out. And make it a long story short, I end up passing all the tests that night and I'm just sitting in the house. And I go back and watch the tape. You're going to watch the tape. I was sitting there paralyzed on the field. I got a call from Michael Irvin because it happened to him. He was like, bro, you don't have to go back out there anymore. You're good, D. You don't have to go back out there. So that's in my mind as I'm going through this whole deal. I don't know. And so they said, just come by the facility. I come by the facility. Now, the first day right after it, and you see everybody in the locker room looking at me like a ghost. I'm looking like, what happened? They thought you were moving on the field, bro. Don't worry about it. We got this week. I'm like, all right. So I go through the whole week and I'm doing exercises, all this stuff just to try to get some type of confidence. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to play ever again.
Yeah.
Think about not playing this game, play ever again. And the only stadium in the NFL, that you got to walk from the end
you got to go
all the way across the field is the Saints. And so as I'm walking across the field, I'm just looking around and I'm like, I got like my suit on. I'm not thinking I'm going to play. And I walk into the locker room and I saw my jersey with my shoulder pads up in my locker. I just sat down and I'm like, I looked at the team. It was Jason Witten, Romo, all of them. And they were like, I know we're going to lose. Like, I know. Y'all were 30.
Yeah,
no.
I know.
There was no way.
I know.
There is no way. The way that they were playing, if you don't get any pressure in 2 seconds on Drew Brees, he's going to crush you. And I went back, said, Jason Garrett, let me play on third down. He looks at me, so are you kidding me? You haven't practiced all week. I said, just third down. It'd be like 6 or 7 plays. I said, I just want to just be out there, maybe put the shoulder pads on, ignite the guys and just, and it'll probably get them riled up. And he was like, all right. I put my shoulder pads and stuff on. I'm trembling. I'm talking about like, oh no, D. I said, you know what? Deion Anderson. Deion Anderson, the fullback we had. Mm-hmm. Crazy Deion Anderson. I said, let me just go get maybe a couple headbutts and just, he's a pit bull. I go out there and all of a sudden all the guys are like, what? He's dressed? I was like, yeah, I'm just going to, play around a little bit. And I hit Deion Anderson a couple times and I'm like, I don't know about this. And so the first play I went out there was like 3rd and 12. I'm like, I know they're going to pass the football. No, they did not pass the football. block down. I see the tight end coming. Bam! I woke up. That man woke up again.
Yeah.
That incredible hope that I usually say when I was slamming the quarterbacks in the ground.
Yeah.
He woke up.
Okay.
And they were like, D Ware. No. I'm staying. I'm playing. Like, seriously. Yeah. I said, I'm playing. It was like that somebody hit me. I think I got blew up on that play too.
So that it was our own fault.
It was y'all fault.
Okay.
I think the arrogance of running at me, and he ran right at me.
Yeah.
And from that play on, I said, I'm finna kill him. Like when I'm out there, I'm baptizing people when I'm out there. Like, seriously, when I was out there playing, I want to run through your heart. Every single play, and I'm going to make you submit to me. Like, seriously, that's how I wanted those offensive tackles to feel. And from that point, I said, I'm out here, and I was just going off. And that was like that he said, yeah. That was like my wake-up moment when I was out there.
Yeah,
bro.
I was like, I just wanted to know personally. So for all the Saints fans out there, that's what happened. It was our fault.
Y'all still won the Super Bowl.
We did.
Yes,
We did.
y'all
That's
still
what
won
makes
the
me
Super
feel
Bowl.
fine. But it was a great Lazarus move. Like, we literally talked about that in the locker room for like a whole, because like, dude, he was injured. He was out.
I was not coming to play.
He was out.
I was not coming to play
and then he
at
played
all.
and won the game for him.
So
Yeah.
I want to talk about transitioning away from the game.
Yeah.
How was that for you when you stepped away?
It was probably one of the hardest things for me, because I did it on my own will. It wasn't like, okay, well, then there was a whole bunch of injuries. I did have a lot of injuries my last year of my career.
Yeah.
But I rehabilitated myself to, I'm like, oh, I know I got 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm good. But it was hard for me because I had to give up something that I really enjoyed because I wanted to and I needed to, not because I had to. And during that time, it was a day that after I had 7 surgeries in 1 year, broke my arm, 2 back surgeries, 2 neck surgeries. It was like, D, like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
And then I get well. For the off season, I get a deal from the Rams, and they're like, you can come here and play 2 more years. We got a guy named Aaron Donald. Whitworth is going to be the offensive coordinator. You're going to be the defense, not coordinator, but captain.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, all right. I get on the plane. I start hurting a little bit. And I was like, God, you telling me something? And I'm like, nah, we office and go get this bag.
Yeah.
That's what I'm about to do. Nah. He said, you tired of going to sleep? It's like, what? I said, are you tired of going to sleep? Every time you go to sleep, a lot of demonic things happen when you go to sleep. Like, seriously. And I'm sitting there like, what is going on here? He said, if you stop playing football, I'll heal you. And this was when I couldn't like really even walk my last season, and I had all those injuries. And as soon as I said, I'm going to retire, seriously, all my pain went away. All my pain went away. I can jump, I can run, I can do all the stuff just like I can go out and, it's just an amazing thing talking about that transition. It was a hard transition because as an athlete, you think that it's going to last forever.
Yeah.
You go through college, you graduate or not graduate, you're in business, but not knowing how to sit down at a desk as, you guys are saying, you're here. We don't sit.
Yeah.
We're used to going and going after it. So it takes a little time to transition, to be patient, to be quiet, to be able to sit and muddle over your thoughts instead of using your body to be an outlet. So you can't use your body as an outlet anymore. Now it's like, how do you wake this thing up? We've done it, but in a different way.
Right.
And that was that hard transition for me of how do you wake this up even more to now do something that, God wants you to do.
Was it helpful documenting some of that in the documentary that you were a part of?
Yeah. Yeah. It was very, very helpful with when I started writing a lot of the things down, I can go back. I was able to go back to see oh, this is where you started at. This is how you transition through it because it's a cycle. You cycle and that feeling comes back, but you're like, wait a minute, I already beat you. I already beat this feeling of anger. I already beat this feeling of depression. I already beat this feeling of, you know what? I need to be like Teal. I need to be like Harp. The God didn't make any of us to be the same like somebody else's comparison game, right? I want for you to be different, but can you actually own your space where you are right now?
Right.
To go and do something like, and you guys have done that, which is amazing. Trailblazing. Y'all have done it. But it was hard, right?
Yeah.
I mean, transitioning from the NFL to now, like, did you guys like have any transitional things that you guys went through?
Oh yeah, for me, absolutely. I think for me it was difficult because I didn't walk out or I didn't retire on my terms. As I forget one of our other guests, he said, "Oh, I didn't retire from football. Football retired me." I think it would have been a smoother transition or easier if I could have just woke up and like, you know what? I think I'm good. I don't need this anymore. I'm good. I'm done. So yeah.
Yeah, for me, I kind of had reached that point. I was able to be like, I was ready to be done after 10, but we lost the Super Bowl to you guys. So, the same guy that you was talking about earlier was like, no, I think you still need to go out there. So that's what happened. So I went back out there again for another year because I didn't want that to be my last experience of what this great game had given to me since I was a little kid, you know? And so I played again. And then I was really like, I don't really need this. I don't really care. And so after that, I brag about it because I took 365 days, did absolutely nothing, right? Really kind of decompress, see who I am outside of a helmet.
Yes.
And, I've seen you kind of go through that. I know Randy's my girl, and so we've known her since college.
Yep.
Since we got out there. So seeing how much she's helped you. I know you've been in the fitness space. You've done a lot of different things. You started a gym. You like
doing all kind of stuff, trying to figure out what fits.
Yeah, right.
What's best?
And that's hard because not only do you not know how to start a gym, but you also don't always know how to run a gym. You know what I mean? So like learning all these things on the go and trying to acquire enough knowledge of people to be in your corner, in your space that you can trust. Because when you go in the locker room, like you naturally just trust everybody because you're in the locker room. Correct. So like we're all in here for the same space for the same reasons. But outside of that, that's not real life. I think that's a lot of things for us too that a lot of us struggle with is that once you leave the locker room, you don't have the security, the safety net, and just the trust that naturally like everybody around you is looking out for your best interest. Yep. That's not true outside the locker room.
Yeah,
Facts.
It is.
Facts.
What are you up to nowadays? I hear you're about to go into another Hall of Fame with the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, so
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. So I was a club kid back home. That kept me off the streets, right? And I remember not knowing anything about the sport of football. A guy named Bo Jackson comes into the Boys and Girls Club. And he said, if you get a college scholarship, you can eat for free. And a lot of people don't understand when you come from a community where, you're just having bread, the meals aren't always on the table. You guys know exactly what I mean by that. And if you can get a college scholarship, you can eat for free. I remember sitting down at a college football game, Auburn University, and selling Cokes. And all of a sudden, the whole crowd is just ignited. And I look up at the Jumbotron, and it was Bo Jackson walking out getting, it was some type of award that he was getting. And I said, oh, that's the guy that was at the Boys and Girls Club. Mm. And he said, if I get a college scholarship, I can eat for free. So now I'm in that same position. Hall of Famer. And going back into communities, using the Boys and Girls Club, using a lot of resources to try to help young kids. Because I feel like if I can tell one kid, like somebody told me, like Bo Jackson told me, hey, you can get out of here if you get a college scholarship, if you do so on and so forth. That's what it's about. Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out just how to serve. Yeah. Because that's what's really getting me going here. And that's what I've been doing. And like I was just saying, I just got put into the Boys and Girls Club Hall of Fame this year to be April. I can't remember exactly when it is, but I'm excited because now I got access.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want is access. Let me in. And then, the impact will happen from there.
Well, I love it because, I learned this is that once you're affected by something, you become an advocate for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so you being affected by just a visit, and you didn't even know who Bo Jackson really was, and you like, hold on, this scholarship thing, and I be hungry sometimes.
For sure.
I can get free food.
Yes, exactly.
This is what I need to do. So
Right.
you're affected by it.
Right.
And now I appreciate you going down the road and impacting others because you don't know who's going to be in that room that you talk to.
Right.
And just show up for and what they do for them. So,
and I think that sometimes your testimony, like when you have went through it, it's authentic. And when you talk about it, people look at you and those kids will look at you and say, you know what, he's been here. He's been here in my shoes. Because a lot of people can go to the Boys and Girls Club with all the resources, but you look at them like, well, you're doing this because you want here's what your business wants you to do.
Right.
Or you're doing this because you feel what I feel.
Right.
You've went through what I went through, and you can help me get out.
Right. By
just a conversation that motivates a kid to say that they can do it.
Mount Rushmore. You get 4 picks of people that have had influence, have poured in you, loved on you, helped you, coached you, guided you, prayed for you to help you become the man you are today. You get 4 picks. Who are the 4 people?
All right. One person, O.C. Umenyiora. O.C. moved here from London, next door neighbor in Auburn. And I remember O.C. helping me get a college scholarship to Troy University. Me and O.C. became brothers. We went to high school together too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we went to high school together. O.C. was like 280, soccer player. And I said, O.C., you can play football. Guess what? O.C. goes out there on that football field, gets a college scholarship, goes to Troy University. It's my junior and senior year. O.C. is at Troy, freshman year. So he's coming back and forth, and he's vouching for me down there at Troy, and they end up coming down to my house and saying, hey, we want to give you a college scholarship. So that's the only college scholarship that was offered to me, not at Alabama State, not at Jacksonville State, not at Albany State, Troy State. It's Troy University right now. O.C. was vouching for me. And I remember when he said, you can be better than me. And I said, what? He said, come outside. And this is what got me boiling to really want to say I can go and get it. I remember my sophomore year, O.C. came down. He said, come downstairs. He came. He had just got drafted. 2nd round draft pick, I think, 54th pick. He came in a S600 Mercedes V12, black, 26s. He drove up. He said, get in the car. I got in the car. He said, you want this, don't you? You can be better than me. I need for you to get your together. I need for you to go out there and get it. And for a guy like me, I'm looking like, what? So he was like that guy that like pressed into me. So that's number one. That's O.C. That's my dude.
I like that, yeah.
And brother, all right? Number 2, I would say Coach Subway, my high school coach. He was like my dad. I mean, I get a little teary-eyed about it right now because I remember sitting there eating at his house, right? I remember him taking me to the football games when he was like, you might not get a college scholarship. I'm there selling Cokes at the pro day, looking at the kids go across, not the pro day, but the signing day for the kids, go across the field, and I'm just sitting there. And I'm like, wow, this dude's acting like my dad, and he's not. But it's just one of the people that are just, every once in a while, just a person that's, I feel like an angel in your life that just tell you, hey, you can keep going.
Yeah.
Another person I would say is my mom. Like my mom, I'm gonna put her number 1 regardless. Like my mom was always there for me, always working 2 or 3 jobs. I'm staying at my grandma's house. She picking me up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And working at every school I went to, she also worked in the cafeteria. So every school from elementary school all the way through high school. She just worked at the school for me to see her because I never got to see her after school. So the only time I really got to see my mom was when she was serving me cinnamon rolls, serving me peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at school.
Yeah.
And so then after school, mom's at work, working hard. So I would say, number one is mom for sure. And I would put a whole a conglomerate of family for me. I have a really big family back home. When I go home, it's like 60.
Yeah.
It's like 60 of us. When I come home, cousins, music playing, barbecue, fireworks. Every day is 4th of July.
Yeah.
So if I didn't have like my family, all of us together, coming together every single day, like everybody's at grandma's house every single day, pitching in the food stamps, saying who needs to go get the groceries. That's like, I would say my top 4 influential groups or people that got me to where I am right now.
It's a good group, man. It sure is.
Yes, sir.
It's a good group. It sure is, man.
Short.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you coming on this pod, man, blessing us with that story. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, and congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
On all your Hall of Fames, because it's a bunch of them.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like one of those things, man, as I sit here and have an interview with you guys, when the last time we did this?
In a minute.
It's been a minute. And it feels so comfortable.
Yeah.
It feels so comfortable, like I'm talking to my boys. Like I'm sitting here hanging out. We're having true conversations about life.
Right.
And it's not even an interview. We can do this at the house.
Yeah.
And that's what's so amazing about it for me. And so every single time you guys say, hey, D, you want to come on the interview, tell me where to show up.
Yeah.
Because I get fed. Like I truly get fed from not just what you guys are asking me, but just the conversations because they're real.
Yeah.
The real conversation that athletes need to be part of instead of it being, it's not about numbers. It's about how them X's and O's have come together in our lives and made us to who we are right now. So I thank y'all for having me on the show too.
Well, good job, man, because everybody always gives you so much credit because you showed up big time in the playoffs.
I always do it for my boys,
That's
man.
what sack artists are known for.
It
worked. Congrats, man, on everything you've been able to do as a person, as a man, as a father, as an entrepreneur, everything, man. So appreciate it, man, for sure.
And thank y'all for having me on.
Thanks.
Yes.